First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the same, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh. Taking my soul into the masses, writing my poems for the few that looked at me, took to me, shook to me, feeling me, singing my heartache. From the pain, taking my message, from the veins, speaking my lesson, from the brain, seeing the beauty through the all the hate that you've heard has turned your spirit to a dove. Oh, ooh, your spirit up above. Oh, ooh. Pain, you made me a believer, believer. Pain, I let the bullets fly, I let them rain. My love, my God, they keep pain. My soul into the masses, writing my poems for the few that looked at me, took to me, shook to me, feeling me, singing my heartache. From the pain, taking my message, from the veins, speaking my lesson, from the brain, seeing the beauty through the
Hi, I'm Ms. Hyde, your trusted BDSM educator and disciplinarian in the Gauteng area. Specializing in discipline-only sessions, I provide expert spankings and canings tailored to meet your desires with precision and care. Discover my range of handcrafted paddles and canes designed to elevate your experience. Connect with me today and explore the art of discipline safely and confidently. I can be contacted on 083 241 2560.
Sometimes we're looking for the more, but we just don't know what the more is. And then we come to play with me. 3 words, like me, play, toys, fun, games, cheekiness, with, intimacy, connection, relationships, and finally me. It starts with self, and that is something that Play With Me stands for. Play With Me is a place where you have an experience of all of those things. One complete cycle. You're welcome to pop in at our shop at the Gantry in Fourways, or find us at www.playwithme.co.za. If you're looking for that more, please get in touch.
Driving down the 4-5, running all the stop signs. The way you're touching my skin, the way you're making me sin, laying in your backseat. So put your magic on me. Come on, tie me up in your strings, make me do anything. Yeah, yeah, got me looking hella crazy. Yeah, yeah, got me tripping on you lately. Yeah, I'm under your spell and I'm under your body. Oh, it's like black magic. You work your voodoo on me. Black magic. The things you do to me, yeah. Black magic. Just like that, black magic. You work your voodoo things you do to me, yeah. Black magic, oh, just like that. Black magic, you work your voodoo on me. Black magic, you work your voodoo on me. Black magic, the things you do to me, yeah. Black magic, oh, just like that. Black magic, you work your voodoo on me.
At Element Spa, we specialize in sensual massage for both man, woman, and couples. Our treatment includes a very sensual massage with the options of Neurogel, cannabis oil, the milking table, a tub treatment, or Tantra. And we also have a training center to guide couples to rekindle their relationship. Come on in and allow our trained therapists to awaken your sensuality and bring pleasure and touch to your body.
You The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent or that of the program, its presenters, hosts, directors, or other team members.
This show is intended for audiences aged 23 and older. This production and its digital copies contain content of an adult nature. If you are easily offended or are under the age of 18, this show is not intended for you. The posts, pages, and recordings within are intended for adults only and may include descriptions of scenes of sexual content, suggestive opinions, detailed discussions, and graphic topics. Listener discretion is advised.
Her name was Lola
And Carmen.
She was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair and her dress got down her leg.
It's time for Lola's Lessons.
It's time for Lola's Lessons.
Welcome and good evening, lovelies. Welcome to the 6th episode in season 6 of Lola's Lessons, your favorite nighttime talk focused on sex education. These last and final 5 episodes will mark the last of Lola's Lessons as the series and the production comes to an end at the end of season 6. Let's save the tears for later. Let me kick off tonight's episode by mentioning our association endorsement site, Z-Nights. Z-Nights is the exclusive playground for adventurous couples and singles into meetings and parties. Flirt, connect, and play with like-minded friends who enjoy life to the fullest, just like you. We want you to have the time of your life and experience all Z-Nights has to offer. When it comes to play parties, Z-Nights is your biggest online guide to the hottest parties and workshops in and around South Africa. What are you waiting for? Let's get the party started. Join our playground at www.znights.com. Then, of course, our endorsement site, Lola's favorite friends at the Council of Fantasy. Do you want to explore sex positivity, ethical non-monogamy, BDSM, and more? Or maybe you just want to shamelessly socialize, show off your liberated products and services? We won't judge. Join the vibrant WhatsApp community where open-minded adventurers unite. Learn, grow, and connect with like-minded individuals. At the COF, we celebrate all genders, people, and styles of sexuality. Find your tribe at www.counciloffantasy.co.za or head on over to Lola's website, www.lalustfm. Click on the link to join the WhatsApp community for a taste of something special. Your Lola Blakely production team this evening behind the scenes would be our production supervisor, Azure Inferno. Hello, my red-headed gorgeous. As well as our production manager for this evening, Mr. Black Dragon. As always, feel free to engage with them and to engage with our moderating team. Send them a wave, ask them any questions. They're here to keep us safe during the airing. Now the time has come to greet my fabulous and gorgeously sexy blonde bombshell of a co-host, Miss Carmen Ellie.
Hey, Lola, it's me, Carmen.
I'm never going to get old of it. It's never going to get old. I'm never going to get sick of it. You see, I'm already stumbling over my words. Hello, my gorgeous Carmies.
Hello. You know what, eh? A whole production break later, some things just don't change. My slippery fingers can't get me off mute. Okay, I'm here. Hold on. Here I am.
You got slippery fingers. We haven't even started tonight's episode. I don't get it.
You are just so fresh and gorgeous on my screen. It has been too long.
I know it has been. Honestly, it has been. How have you been, Combs?
I've just been so busy. I've been so busy. It's just, the whole landscape is constantly changing in this industry. And there are so many wonderful things coming up, and it's just been a naughty time. It's been a fun time. I've been a little bit ill. It's been an ill time in between. I've been eventing. I'm like, if you're not coming to my door, I'm finding you. You picture this, okay? You're in your yoga class doing downward dog. And the next minute, you have someone underneath you in your face. Hey, it's me, Carmen. Do you want a bullet? I'm like, I'm finding you in your yoga class. Okay, I'm coming to find you. You deserve all of this.
You deserve all of the fun that Play With Me has to offer. How's business
Business has been great. People have really been exploring and experimenting. And I mean, it's just wonderful to see the industry really has done an about turn. And
That's great.
Yeah, it's actually quite a nice time to interact with people. There's just such what I love about this evening's topic too is there's such a fresh approach to our relationships. I found in the past couple of months, people really are going out of their way to better their lives, and more so than ever before. I must tell you. I mean, I don't know where they all were last year, contemplating. Maybe contemplating from a distance. Now they're at the door. Like, please, you need to help me. Okay, I have these questions. And I love that. I love people who come here with questions.
That's wonderful.
But how have you been? How have you been in all this time?
I mean, I've been, gosh, where do I even start? I've been really, really well. Obviously, some things have happened business-wise where we just can't, I just don't have the time anymore. So I've really been busy, honestly been busy. And it's a good busy, it's a great busy, but it's a tired busy as well. Like I find myself crashing at 7, 8 o'clock at night. But in the long run, it's going to be so worth it. So great things happening, great things coming. Yeah. And I must say, I'm quite excited to be back on air tonight. I was slightly nervous, as I always am. Coming back after a production break, you always want to make sure that everybody's happy and everybody's liking the new content. But I'm very excited for tonight's guest. She was actually brought to us by a previous guest on the show. I don't know if I told you how I came about her. So our previous unicorn, Miss Michelle, she's a dear friend of mine. I love her to bits. We've really become close after the last couple of months. And she actually said, wait, I've got the perfect person for you. So without further ado, let's get to tonight's guest, right? Mel is essential light being, assisting individuals to changing their life to align with their higher self and assisting couples to rekindle their love and connection. As a certified intimacy coach and a trained tantric practitioner, she makes a difference to people's lives by changing the way they think about passion, love, and connection. She's also the owner of Element Spa. You guys will hear the ad playing this evening, and we've got Black Dragon sharing the Element Spa links on air. Mel, welcome, and thank you so much for doing the segment with us in such short notice. I mean, I phoned her yesterday and she was just like, yes, okay, fine, let's do it. I'm actually on my way to Cape Town, but I'll make time for you guys. And we love guests like that, right?
Yes.
So welcome, Mel.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about how you got to being an intimacy coach. And how did you choose this path in life?
It's quite an interesting one. So I started off after a divorce, having quite a bad divorce, quite a bad marriage, needing some healing from some sexual trauma that I had with him. And I moved into Reiki, which then gave me the opening to really see myself in a different light and to see where my healing needed to be taken place, which was all done. And then I just thoroughly enjoyed helping other people. So I started studying intimacy coaching to be able to guide couples into a different romantic field, different romantic course. And that's really my journey.
I love that. So, sacred intimacy, it's a phrase that we hear quite often, right? I've heard it a couple of times being in the industry. And I must say, this is something that I want to learn more about because I know this is one thing in the intimacy realm that I know nothing about, right? And I find myself in a position in life at the moment. I spoke to another guest that we're going to have on next week, and I said to her, um, it's almost as if the first half of Lola's lessons was very explicit, right? It was very explicit. It was very hardcore. It was everything sexual and everything taboo and everything, all of the things. Where I find myself as we've progressed in Lola's lessons and as we've progressed with the episodes, I find myself wanting something more, not just the explicit sex. I want that deeper connection. I want that extra something that I'm not really necessarily getting from the sexual experience. And I think sacred intimacy might be that. So let's find out what exactly is sacred intimacy and where does this come from?
So it comes from the Hindus. They were the ones that really started the Tantra and getting deeper into yourself. But it's really a connection between two people on a higher level than just sex. It's
Mm,
all about passion, awakening senses within each other, and then it's giving and receiving pleasure. It's
mm,
really taking sex out of the equation and getting into the connectedness, that spiritual awakening between the two of you.
mm.
So,
Is
so
there
in
is
the in the giving and receiving of pleasure, this is not sexual pleasure, correct?
Correct. It's not always sexual pleasure. It's more the actual touch, the moving into the parasympathetic nervous system. So relaxing the person to a degree that they can actually just let go and just be,
mm.
rather than just making love.
Do you find a release of a lot of trauma during these what do I call them? Sections or segments?
Sessions. Yeah,
Sessions.
I call them sessions. Yes, there is a lot of trauma released in within the session.
Mm-hmm.
In Tantra, that's really the focus, is to release all that past trauma. But
Mm-hmm.
it's also, it can be done in an individual doing it by yourself, or it could also be done with your couple, with your partner.
Mm. So I've got a question. Times
Yeah.
where my husband and I are intimate, right? And
Mm-hmm.
maybe, and it's happened a couple of times where after intimacy, I'll just break down and cry. Maybe something triggered me to a previous memory. We went through a couple of really rough times, him and I. I mean, everybody knows by now we faced the brink of divorce, and that's where everything came from. That's where Lola's lessons came from. But sometimes I'm reminded of these very harsh and very difficult times in my relationship, and it's during an intimate moment. And that would just be me at the end of an intimate moment, absolutely bawling my eyes out for no reason. I mean, it was amazing. We connected. It was lovely. It was love, right? But I find myself afterwards just breaking down. Could that be because I was maybe in a different state of mind?
Yes, definitely a different state of mind. It's normally when your body is feeling very vulnerable and you're
Mm,
also feeling very safe. So what happens is the body actually needs to release that trauma or the sadness that's been held left in the body.
I
And if
love
you're in a
that.
safe space, it'll allow the body to do that. And
Wow.
especially if you've just had a beautiful connection with your partner, you
Mm,
actually feel in that safety and that vulnerability to be able to open up and just not so much share, but just to be able to shed the tears that are needed to be shed.
mm.
And that's a form of healing.
I love that. Isn't that
Mhm.
beautiful? Why do you think
It
so
is.
many people crave that deeper connection? But
Because
but
they're
but
not
maybe
used to.
struggle, but maybe struggle to get it in their everyday lives.
A lot of us are so stuck in our own world, our own lives, that we actually don't really connect the way we should be connecting. We're also not trained to connect that way. So what happens when it does happen, the body is in a space of release, relief, just pure joy, pure bliss.
Mm,
Which I think
It's a
probably
beautiful
can
time
also
for
be
a
quite
couple.
frightening when you don't understand what's going on,
mm,
It definitely frightening, especially for the partner, because the partner doesn't
I
know,
was just going to
now
say.
how to deal with this.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm,
they've just had this
mm,
beautiful love connection, and they're the partner's crying.
mm,
So your body will only really allow the tears if you feel your partner is holding a safe space for you. So it's
Oh.
beautiful just to let that, for that partner just to be able to let you have those tears and just hold you. He doesn't need to ask questions. They don't need to pamper you or pacify you. They just need to hold space for you.
mm. That's beautiful.
You know what's so interesting about this? Because one of my questions was, which we've just covered, is common blocks that people face. I mean, but, you know, when it comes to us and our fast-paced lives, we don't really ever have a chance to feel and to release. So, I mean, we block that up for periods and periods and periods of time. It's not a natural state, I imagine, how it used to be or could be. You know what I mean?
No,
There's always an expectation, there's always a schedule, there's always a plan. So to get to the point where you're just like, I have no phone, no plan, I'm just here with me and my body and my tears and my feelings is quite a thing, you know?
Mm,
it is. It definitely is. But it's beautiful to get to that point. It's a great way to connect in your relationship as well as enhance your relationship and just rekindle the love. You know, a lot of times when we get together, we have that deep, passionate talks. We have those intimate talks. We have those times where we just sit and listen to each other. And then life takes over and we just bypass each other. So when you get into a connected space, it's beautiful to have that.
Because we're never really quiet, actually. Yeah, we're going to
there's a
ask
lot
each
of
other
noise.
questions. There is all over the place. I mean,
It's
sitting
always
there,
noise.
staring at your partner, breathing with them, looking at them seems quite unnatural sometimes, you know?
It does, yes. It's not natural because we're not taught to do that.
I
But
really needed this episode. Thank you.
so, so Melinda, do you think if we maybe train couples from a younger age to practice something as beautiful as sacred intimacy, you know, not just teach them to, and here's the issue that I've got with society. It comes down to not enough sex education as a whole, as a whole in society, right? We don't do enough sex education, so a lot of people don't even know about sacred intimacy. Now people are learning about sex via porn and via the social media and all of these other unhealthy places, and like you say, they aren't taught that being calm in a moment and breathing together is actually also a form of intimacy. So it feels unnatural. So do you think if we start incorporating maybe lessons on this for the younger generation, that there will be more solid connections when the next generation then becomes adults?
I want to say yes, but unfortunately, what happens is when we're younger, sex is really just for procreation. It's for having fun. It's for experimenting, exploring different avenues. As we get older, that's when the connection comes in. That's when we start needing more connectedness, more passion, more touch
I
and
see.
intimacy rather than just sex. So sometimes teaching people younger does help, but it doesn't give that connection that they're looking for because up to about the age of 35, they're not interested. Your body's not interested in deeper connections.
I can
There are
imagine
some,
that.
look, there are some younger people that do the intimacy coaching. It's mainly to learn how to pleasure your partner, but not so much the intimacy connectedness, the spiritual connection. Yeah.
Look, I suppose with a younger generation as well, their sex drive, there's nothing wrong with their sex drive, right? They're ready to get on it and get in it. Whereas with the people that have been together for longer and that have struggled through a little bit of turmoil, and that have hopefully gotten past a lot of it, but maybe still struggle with a few intimacy hurdles. For them, something like sacred intimacy would be a great avenue for reconnection, because I think that's in the end of it is what keeps relationships healthy, is that reconnection every time. And we've spoken about it so many times. People change, lives change, your relationship changes, everything changes, and you need to be able to rekindle that connection that maybe you have lost in the next phase or in the previous phase of your relationship.
Correct.
Mm.
And also, a lot of times when when they're younger, they've got children, they've got such busy lives that connectedness isn't really in the top priority for them. Quick
Of
sex
course.
here and there, that's about it. But as you get older and the kids get older and there's not that much needed to be done for the kids, that's when the sexual relationship changes into the need for intimacy and
Mm.
sacred relationship.
Mm. So you've told us now that sacred intimacy is possible without the sexual component, right? And that sexuality isn't always part of the equation. But what are some of the sacred intimacy practices for couples or singles that they can try to deepen their connections?
So a lot of times it's really about yourself, getting to know yourself, getting to love yourself, getting to appreciate yourself for who you are. Doesn't matter what you look like, but who you are inside. And then it's breath work. So breath work is not just in sacred sexuality or sacred intimacy, it's also in life as well. Just to be able to learn to breathe properly, to be able to take in enough oxygen, to be able to calm yourself down, to de-stress. That's possibly one of the biggest things we should be teaching children, and how to breathe properly, because it's so important in life. But we don't.
Mm.
We just move on. We breathe
Mm.
shallow. We don't breathe deep enough. We don't have inhale enough. And often breath work is just so much in sacred intimacy. It's really about the orgasm. It's about expanding the orgasm. It's about
Mm.
breathing together to actually connecting. We call it chakra work, where you connect all your chakras together. Breath work is possibly the most important, but then the others is eye gazing, where you're just looking into your partner's eyes, deeper into the soul. Um, you can actually have a full conversation without saying a word, but just looking at each other's eyes.
Sure.
And then slow touch. We are so fast paced. Life is fast paced. Sex is fast paced. So just slowing that down and getting into a slower pace of really feeling the person's body, feeling their touch, feeling
Mm.
their flaws, their beauty, everything about them. You know, I often ask the question to my couples that I train: when last have you actually touched and looked at your partner's face?
Mm.
And they all look at me like, I don't remember when last. And
Mm.
just touching each other, something without the sex, is just something
Mm.
most couples miss out on.
Mm. And I think I heard somewhere before that the slow touch you're referring to, that's oxytocin level touch, right? That's like that hoendervleis touch that we're talking about.
That's the one. So why we do slow touch is to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, so
Hmm.
that your body feels safe, that your body feels like it can actually let go, and then your mind is able to shut off. And when you can actually stay in the body and just feel what your partner is giving you, it's it's like a reset to the whole system, but in beauty and bliss.
Sure, that's beautiful. That's really exciting.
It
So
is beautiful.
I want to ask something that's completely possibly got nothing to do with sacred intimacy, but I've been wanting to know this for the longest time. Um, Soul ties. This is something that I really want to talk about. Does soul ties have to do with sacred intimacy? Is there any information that you can give me on that topic? Is that even relevant?
So yes, it's relevant, and no, it's not relevant. I'll tell
Okay.
you why. So in the relevancy of it, soul ties is just a natural way for couple to stay together, and have an enjoyment, even if it's not just the sexuality side of it, just the actual enjoyment of being together, being best friends. It's relevant in a lot of ways of taking life further with yourself, with your couple, with your partner. But it's not that relevant, because when you know Tantra and you know the sacred sexuality or sacred intimacy, as you call it, you can actually get to that point. You can actually make your partner your soul partner by just connecting on a different level.
Oh, that
Huge
is
one for me.
beautiful.
Mm.
That there. But how are you going to know whether your partner is your soul partner or not?
It's a tough one to answer. Most of the times, you feel it. You feel it.
Yeah.
You guys
If
are
you
just
don't feel
connected.
it and you're feeling
Yeah.
uncomfortable, your intuition is going to guide you and say, he's not the right person or they're not the right person for you.
Mm,
And
I get
perhaps
that.
that is in the quiet moment. I
In the
witnessed
form.
a breath work workshop once, and I thought, oh, this is all very out there, tribal. Okay, like I'll take this with a pinch of salt. And I had seen grown men crying. I mean, sitting across from each other. You know, you were talking about the slow touch, and the instruction was to put your hands over them, but not to actually touch them, and to feel the energy and up over the face and everything else. It was probably the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And I mean, Lola, if you're going to do that to your soul tie and you're not going to feel the energy, you have your answer.
Yeah.
So true.
My hands are cold, they're not warming up. Okay. No. And so
There's no heat
that's
here.
what's really what's really nice about the I mean, there are so many non-verbal communication cues. I mean, is it
Correct.
also in things like when I saw Mel on the screen earlier in that vibrant red, like you had a vibe about you? You know what I'm saying? What other non-verbal communication cues are there here?
So a lot of it is, as we spoke about, the eye gazing, but it's really about the touch of, when I teach my couples to work together, I teach them to be able to be in a space of receiving and just receiving. So receiving can be receiving the touch of the person. It can be receiving the holding space for the person. But it can also be just about the way
Yes.
simple kissing from the toes, right up the legs, right up the ankles, all the way up to the top of the body. Kissing a person's forehead. It's so intimate,
Oh.
but it's not done anymore. Just lying together and just holding each other in a caressing space, touching each other but saying nothing. There's so much communication in that.
Mm.
The
And
communication of love, connectedness.
yeah. And I don't think we always are open to receiving, though. That's the thing, right?
Us women are not trained to receive. We're givers, natural
Yes.
givers.
Yeah.
And when we go into receiving, we actually go into our headspace. And when we're in our headspace, we're like, oh, do I deserve this? Or he's not touching me the right way. Or
Flip.
yeah, he's not squeezing me the way he should. But that's our problem, because we are not communicating to him what we want. What are we looking for? And
Yeah.
once we can start communicating, we can actually start receiving, because then when we communicate to our partner, we're actually admitting to ourselves what we're looking for.
Yeah.
I
Most
get
of us
that.
can't communicate. One of the reasons we don't communicate is because we feel like we're going to be labeled. If I really open up and tell him what I want, is he going to think of me as slut? Is he going to think of me badly? Is he going to judge me? So we rather keep quiet, because we're trained to keep quiet. And then we just go with the flow of, I'll just be happy with whatever he gives me. And
Oh,
it just
goodness.
doesn't work that way. We need to learn to open up and communicate what we want. So, which is important for us to know what we want
Yes,
ourselves.
yes.
What is
That's
our
you
body
must start
craving
there.
for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you haven't done enough retrospection or introspection, then communicating on any form is going to be really, really difficult. And also receiving communication from your partner. If you haven't learned to listen to what they need, then that's going to be an absolutely mundane exercise, and it's not going to bear any fruits, because if you can't listen to listen and you listen to respond, then it's also not going to help. So, this is really something I want to get more into. We need to go to a slight commercial break. It feels like we've only just gotten on air. It feels like we've just started. And that's what I love about these conversations, because there's so much information that you get absolutely lost in time. But before Black Dragon this evening cracks the whip on my ass, let's go to a short commercial break. Give us about 5 minutes. Go, and I want to say go refill your drinks, but it's Wednesday night. Although in South Africa, if for our South African listeners, tomorrow is a public holiday. So if you guys are listening to this, go refill your drinks, grab a glass of wine, and let's get comfy while we chat about the art of sacred intimacy with our guest this evening, Melinda Strydom. We'll be back in 5.
Take it.
Hi, I'm Ms. Hyde, your trusted BDSM educator and disciplinarian in the Gauteng area. Specializing in discipline-only sessions, I provide expert spankings and canings tailored to meet your desires with precision and care. Discover my range of handcrafted paddles and canes designed to elevate your experience. Connect with me today and explore the art of discipline safely and confidently. I can be contacted on 083 241 2560.
Feel better. Am I giving you what you need? 'Cause there's a hole out here left for you. You want me tell me what you like, baby. But girl, I wanna hear you whisper it. Girl, I whisper it. Girl, I wanna hear you whisper it. Girl, I whisper it. Girl, I wanna hear you whisper it. Assume the possession. Lay back, baby, you gon' know when I'm in just a little bit of friction. You could see the sweat dripping down from us. Girl, I'ma do your body right. Say you into it all and ain't nothing gon' phase you. I'ma put you on a new way. Flip around, make it count, give you what you've been craving. Girl, you was playing with a real one. You hit the pinnacle and now you got a visual. You just gotta tell me how you want it. All night, all day, like, hold on, pretty little baby, you bad and vicious. I ain't never seen nothing like it, gone psycho. Girl, I really think we done past the limit. I'ma lead the way in the night on a high note. I just wanna show you something. So lay back and take this. No need to rush it. We got one night, baby, and that's all we need. So come here, tell me what you like, baby. But girl, I wanna hear you whisper it. Girl, I whisper it. Girl, I wanna hear you whisper it. Girl, I whisper it. Girl, I wanna hear you whisper it.
At Element Spa, we specialize in sensual massage for both man, woman, and couples. Our treatment includes a very sensual massage with the options of Neurogel, cannabis oil, the milking table, a tub treatment, or Tantra. And we also have a training center to guide couples to rekindle their relationship. Come on in and allow our trained therapists to awaken your sensuality and bring pleasure and touch to your body.
Welcome back, lovelies, and we are so excited to bring you guys something completely different this evening. Beyond the physical, that's where Carmen and Lola are going this evening. And we are discussing the art of sacred intimacy with our guest, Melinda Strydom from Element Spa. She's the owner of Element Spa as well as Sensual Hands. For those of you joining us